So I saw a video. I'm not going to share it with you guys because it was in Spanish. She's a psychologist. Her name is Ana Simón. She has a PhD in sexuality, and she is a clinical psychology for families and parejas. Couples. In this video, she has somebody is calling in, and they're sharing a story in which she shares with her husband that her friend expresses that she likes her, like is attracted to her. Mm-hmm. And she says this to her husband. I'm not sure because she doesn't really say it in the video if it's her husband or just her boyfriend. But she shares this with her partner at the time. And the partner suggests they have a threesome.
I have a little red flag already, but continue with the...
So in the moment, she says, okay. But I guess after she thinks about it, she retracts and she says no, she doesn't want to do it anymore. The thing is, her partner goes behind her back and talks to her friend and plans out this threesome anyway, without her consent, obviously. And one day he says, we're going out. And as they're leaving, he tells her this is what they're going to do this night. They're going to have a threesome with that friend who expressed her interest in her. And she basically had this threesome because it seems like she felt pressured at that point. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, I brought it up to you. You said, let's do a threesome. I had agreed. I kind of retracted myself. But you planned it anyway, and here we are. And she kind of went through with it, even though her instinct said not to
do it. My red flag is that something tells me that he might have been talking to the friend already.
Bingo.
And he kind of convinced her. Maybe her friend is bisexual or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. And he probably was like, "Oh, let's try to convince her, but it can't come from me. It has to come from you." This is me
Bingo.
Making assumptions.
This is exactly what I thought. Because what are the odds?
Because how do you get, like, let's say somebody was attracted to you and then you tell me that, like, why am I so comfortable in going to your friend and be like, yo, let's just do a threesome? Like what relationship do I have with her?
With this friend, right?
Because she's your friend.
Exactly. So he's comfortable enough with the friends that he even...
you scheduled the whole sex date.
Red flags all over the damn place. I don't give a crap. Like, damn, how do you even agree to this? I'm sorry. There are some people who are very comfortable with this kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Personally, me, I don't share my partner.
Yeah.
I don't see... In my mind, I can't get it wrapped around my mind how you can love someone and see them in a sex act with someone else. Yeah. It does not make sense in my head.
I don't know if we've spoken about this in other podcasts, but it is the reason why we don't speak about like our sexual, even though, we might throw little things there, but we don't talk about our sexual relationship on any podcast because we don't want people like making their own imagination of like what we're doing or fantasizing about you or me. And it's like, we just like, we're going to close that door.
I feel like there's certain things that just should be kept private. I mean, definitely when you are bringing in a third person into your relationship, the privacy goes out the door. Mm-hmm. You're sharing it with the third person. And let's be honest, I feel like most women, the majority of us, we can't handle that. We can't handle seeing our man in front of our faces in a sex act with another woman. In the moment, it might sound fun to you. Mm-hmm. You might have had a couple drinks, and in the moment, it might be like, oh my God, maybe try something new. But in the long run, it always shows that you end up feeling somebody gets hurt in between this.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's like one of those women or men that like bisexual, like both, that maybe to them it's just like, okay, is a norm. But for somebody who doesn't like seeing another woman, like let's say naked, it's kind of like, now a naked woman with my man, or like the man like a naked man with my woman. Nah. Hell no. Hell no.
Right? Is it just me? Like, do you actually feel like you would not be able? Do you feel like I feel?
No. I will feel like, damn, what if she likes it too much? No.
But this is the problem. Like, people open up a can of worms when they start to get into these type of things. You're opening up a can of worms. You don't know. And you know, for some people, oh, well, you don't know, then you don't really know if the other person likes you if you don't go through. No. Yeah. That's like letting the devil in.
No, and kind of like, it kind of sounds like I'm saying that I'm insecure about myself because, oh, you might like the way somebody, like a woman or another man will do. I'm like, not really, but we are humans.
Right.
So can it happen? Yes, it can. If you allow that to happen, like, it can happen. Don't be surprised if that person likes the other person more than you.
Exactly. That's why I don't play with that. I don't play with fire. That's like playing with fire.
Literally.
And way too many people are so comfortable with playing with fire, knowing well that they're so into this person and they're like, I don't know, trying to fit in, trying to be cool, trying to be in the trend, you know. Like I've heard before some women talk about it so casually as if like, well, you know, if I allow my husband or my partner to do this, you know, I'm the fun wife, you know, and maybe he won't ever leave me because, you know, I'm allowing him to have some fun. Are you okay?
Yeah. And it's also hard to
me, it's about respect as well.
And it's also hard to reverse it. Like, once you open that box, it's not like, oh yeah, we did this, but like, you can't do it no more. Yeah, but
exactly.
But babe, like, we did it. Like,
exactly.
Let's just do it one more time.
Exactly.
And so, you know, that person, whether it be the husband or the wife, like, is gonna feel like, oh no, I need to find somebody who's really down with this. Exactly.
You can start developing an addiction within the other person. You can even start to get addicted to something that isn't healthy. There's just so many things in the mix of it, you know, just morality, safety. To me, there's more negatives than positives. Yeah. I don't see how that's something that's beneficial in any way for anyone involved. Now, if you are single and you're just living a wild life, you know, you're not really committed to anyone, everyone that's involved isn't committed to anyone, I guess you can just do you, right? But if you are in a serious, committed relationship to one person, I wouldn't play with that fire.
Yeah, because the thing is also like, for example, us, like, we think long term, like, that happening is something that probably won't happen long term. Like, are you gonna get married with both of, like, it's gonna be a 3-person relationship?
I mean, or you have a polygamous.
Yeah, but and it'd be successful with 3 people for that long?
Some people like to argue that there can be successful polygamy marriages.
I mean, they can.
I think some people like to glamorize things that aren't that glamorous. And I think that some people just don't have enough self-worth to know that, you know, you don't deserve to be second or third for someone, that you deserve to be valued by the person you choose. And I think that there's a lot that...
I mean, but it's clear that those people probably have no values.
There's a lot in play, you know, but, you know, they might argue that they do and that they just don't believe that human beings can be with just one person. There's a lot of people who have that argument where they're like, as human beings, we are not designed to just be with one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's one person versus the majority of people. Like, who's actually right? Like, what you think and what is right.
I think, I mean, I guess polygamy isn't the more popular thing, but you might be surprised by the amount of people who are in that type of relationship, especially like, or being like swingers, you know, just, but in the core, I just feel like, this is my opinion. I know a lot of people may have different opinions about this, and people are going to maybe some people who live a different type of lifestyle when it comes to relationships may disagree with me, but fundamentally, I think that those type of relationships don't work in the long term. If you enjoyed this clip, don't forget to watch the full episode of our podcast here.
Click it. Thanks.